might see Manta again. It is a counter pick, and if Daycare does get that set reset or whatever it's called, we could see Manta again in that set as well. So he's hoping.
All right. Now let's keep an eye on the player counts at the top of the screen as we go in through the opening 10 seconds. Hopefully we can keep everyone together.
I am counting 8 right now. That's pretty good so far.
I'm still seeing 8. It's looking like we might have a game. Double ink brush coming out here from our mystery team. That's a lot of mobility.
Yeah, I guess they really want to take advantage of going over grades. And we see one brush just immediately running into the enemy bunker, trying to get some value, poking over that wall. This is a very good position for the brush to shuts down the roller from being able to shot there. Can it find another one? It does actually. Barely.
Wow.
It is just a pencil alive, having to take that very far off position at that ledge. Roller comes out to try and help a little bit. Stamp, Ultra Stamp comes out, gets the roller. This is not looking good for...
Oh my goodness! Addict with a 4-splat combo there, finishing it with the perfectly thrown yeet. You love to see it, you really do.
Just another day of being Addict, I think. Addict does go down there, and the decav as well. Daycare is 2 up. They have to really get into zone right now, as they are 30 points down and counting. Can Daycare really get in? It doesn't seem they can. They just can't seem to take anywhere past the streets.
Yeah, elbow is a really nasty position. Draco is trying their best to find a way in, but with the rest of the team going down, they don't have a lot of options. Tri-Strike goes out to try to neutralize. It doesn't land in time, and that is going to be Mystery Team with a very clean and quick knockout.
Yeah, it's sad to see Manta Maria go, but we do love seeing a very nice, clean game like that. Double Brush really did work. Addict going out, doing a lot of work there, getting, I think, like 4 in a row with a nice hammer throw. So
yeah.
What do you
I
think
mean, that was just a very strong
here?
carry from Addict, right? They immediately rushed across great. They pressured a point they knew would be good to pressure, dropped down behind the enemy lines, got 2 splats, pulled out the Ultra Stamp, picked up the rest for the team. That's just great gameplay. They were very in sync with their team. They knew what their team needed. They knew what the map required of them. And they made it work. Incredible stuff.
Yeah. So what do you think Daycare is going to choose here as their counter pick?
Ooh, interesting. I think maybe a Rainmaker game. I'm feeling a Rainmaker game could be fun. Potentially, like maybe Hagglefish Rainmaker, or maybe Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. They need something that can shut down these brushes, right? And the Decapitator. They need something with open sight lines that their shooters can do the damage that they need to be done before they get snuck up on.
And if I'm not mistaken, Rainmaker, I think they played against this team. Rainmaker was the closest game they've had against this team, I think. Rainmaker Umami's. Yeah, Rainmaker Umami. They had a very close game, being able to get very close to getting a lead, but unable to get past that very important choke point on Umami. So if they do choose Rainmaker here, it could be a very important point on the board, actually.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they need a point on the board at this point. If they don't get one here with their primary counter pick, then it's pretty much curtains for the team. Especially because, like, even if you do manage to win the one after that, your opponent now has counter picking power, and we don't even know what kind of maps our mystery team wants to play because they have not had a choice so far in this tournament.
No, every single time that the opponent has chosen a map, they've just immediately dominated it. It seems their home turf. It just seems to be anything that is the enemy's turf. It seems just
their home turf is the enemy's turf. What a great sentiment.
All their turf belong to them.
Beautiful, and a lovely timely reference as well. All right, do we have a map pick yet? Just having a look, refreshing the page. Nothing yet. Daycare taking their time, considering this one strongly. We have tower control on Barnacle and Dime coming through the wire. That is not something I expected to see.
No, it's a very interesting choice coming off of that Manta Zones game. See, Manta is a very closed-in map. There's a lot of ledges. There's a lot of like enclosed spaces that you can get cornered by. But Barnacle and Dime, especially with the rework, it's really opened up. There's a lot of just flat space area that you can take control of, especially if you have something like a Knight Rider on your team.
Yeah, it's worth noting that a lot of the high ground on this map is a bit too high for an Ink Brush to pressure, and tower control, the tower doesn't have a lot of level ground for the Decavitator to benefit from. So this is quite a clever counter pick. It's going to throw a few of the weapons on our mystery team through a bit of a loop. That being said, I wouldn't go as far to say that they're not prepared for a map pick like this. Just think maybe it's going to take them a bit more effort to get the same results they've been getting.
Yeah, they've been pretty much sticking with the same comp the entire time we've seen them on stream, especially those ink brushes. So I think the ink brush is just going to keep rolling forward, keep flicking, just keep doing its thing. I don't think we're going to see anything too different from either team, actually.
No, and I'm excited to see where an ink brush can be effective on this map, because I frankly don't quite know.
Well, if you're good at the weapon, you can make any map work with it. As we see, they have two ink brushes the same as the last game. And we see Draco on the edit.
We also have the switch off the Decavitator. This map might prove a bit too difficult to get value on that one. But yeah, double brush again. 100% in business. Blaster coming out from Daycare. Expected the custom blaster's been doing them pretty well so far. We have Draco on that heavy edit on the back line. Early Splat does go in favor of Daycare, but Crab Tank in a good position to apply pressure, meaning they won't be able to capitalize on it fully. I don't think we'll see any checkpoint clearing at the moment, especially with specials being traded back and forth. It's going to need a bit more of a dramatic advantage before we see some significant points.
Yeah, very interesting choice to have Draco on the heavy edit on this map and not Manta Maria, so hopefully they're seeing something that I'm not seeing. We see here the bubble comes out from the roller in hoping to take mid for themselves, but no, this what are we watching here? That was the Splash-O-Matic, I think, just being able to dance around the enemy shots and just get a pick, run away, and provide value even though it went down as well.
Yeah, that being said, we have a 3-down situation for Mystery Team. Daycare with an advantage for the first time against this opponent. And they're making good use of the low ground as well. Blaster has some pretty good angles. That's a great direct to get at melee range as well. The surprise Shark does pay out and gets one, but the rest of the team keeps rolling forward. Addict, keen to shut this one down. Ultra Stamp doesn't quite pay off. It's a very good push for Daycare.
Daycare, first time in the set and any game against this team that they have been able to get advantage and get a lead. We see here the ink brushes does seem to be giving Daycare a little bit of trouble. Just before that massive push by Daycare, the ink brush was running around the blaster shot. Brush here is just chasing down this heavy edit, trying to get a pick here, just not letting it live, has to get shredded down, but even though it went down, it still provided enough value as the heavy edit could not watch over mid or get cooler.
Yeah, Draco having to walk all the way back into mid there allowed the rest of the team to come back in on respawn. It was only a 1-up situation for Mystery Team, but because all of Daycare were pushed so far back, they didn't really have quite the chance to capitalize. Ultra Stamp does find one early now. We see a second assist with the Crab Tank. Crab also spots someone on the back line and Addict cleans them up. This is looking like a good building of momentum for Mystery Team. We've got 3 players in position, and I believe a whale coming out from Daycare. We do see one go down. An excellent job using that blaster against that terrain. We love seeing the new flank in use, and that was some excellent use of it.
Yeah, and it seemed, the Mysterious team was able to get a very good momentum going, but it seems Daycare has learned from their mistakes and been able to just shut down that push immediately while not letting this Mysterious team get too many points on the board. This Bucket is trying to fight for its life in that cut, in that little drop area. Unable to find any pick and has to go down to the edit. Edit is sitting on tower, working that pole as best it can. Has to jump away. A splashdown jump comes out from the Sea Blast there.
Yeah, I'm just seeing now how strong of a counter pick this was for this team. The Edit's able to pressure against the brush by backing up because they have a lot of open sightlines to do so. The Roller's able to play a lot more Sharky on this map because there's a lot more nooks for them to take advantage of. This is just a solid choice for the team. Lovely job dodging that Ultra Stamp. The teammate picks up the splat. And again, we find ourselves with a player advantage for Daycare. That's 3! in a very short amount of time for Daycare. Can they find the last one? It's a Crab tank off to the side. Crab actually picks up some splats, which is going to stall things out, but that's fine for Daycare. They've got lead. They only need to run out that clock.
Yeah, there's 1 minute remaining on that clock. They do have a pretty sizable lead, just over double this Mysterious team's lead. Coming out here, Splashdown, C-Blast has to go down, but those two other little fists do get a little value, some paint there. Strikes come out to get anyone off of tower. And it seems, even though this is a fight just going down, George just dancing around in the court, just getting a couple picks. Can they find the fourth? They do not find the fourth, unfortunately.
I mean, it's a clean triple, especially when they came in at such an unexpected moment. Splash Wall's going to keep them alive as well. Some excellent positioning around that Splash Wall. They've been having a hard time against Sloshes recently, so to be able to get value out of that must feel great. Excellent Splash Wall coverage on that climb as well. They managed to find the one on the back half. There's only one player left to defend on the Mystery team. They continue to extend their lead. An incredible effort from Daycare. I think we're going to see some overtime, but it's going to be a very difficult overtime for Mystery team.
Yeah, that's a very huge push to be able to get past there. 28 points they have to get past the 27. I don't think it's going to happen. And as I'm saying that, Daycare just rushes the tower and picks up the game. First game against this Mysterious team we've seen all stream.
I didn't quite see how that tower was picked up there. I was too focused on the Ultra Stamp at the bottom of the screen, but an excellent effort as Daycare pick up their first point in this set. We've got a game on our hands. Let's keep this up.
Yeah, we get to finally see a Game 4 in these last couple of games. Only got to see Game 3 in the previous set we watched. Only got to see a Game 3 in the previous game against these two teams. So seeing a Game 4 is going to be very interesting.
Alright, and now we finally get to see what our Mysterious team would like to counterpick. We haven't seen anything from them so far. They've been pretty dominant across the board. What kind of map mode will they choose?
Oh, I'm definitely thinking Clan Blitz.
Really?
Yeah,
Clan Blitz?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yes, ink brushes. I see the vision. But, like, how are you locking down a basket in this situation?
I think they don't have to lock down a basket. They just have to get more points than Daycare.
I see. Many dunks rather than big dunks.
Exactly.
Okay, I see the vision. We're waiting on the counterpick information now. I think we're going to have to give them a bit more time here. They haven't had to look at the counterpick map list yet, so they might need a bit of time to familiarize themselves with the many options on display for the Off the Hook Showdown. By the way, if you're enjoying yourself, Off the Hook Showdown is an amazing tournament, and you should absolutely sign up next time. I mean, if you've been enjoying the production value and everything on display, our players can vouch that this is a fun tournament. You should absolutely sign up.
Yes, it is running every 2 weeks, I think. Not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, it will be running again. So make sure that when it does go live, you sign up and have a go at this tournament yourself.
All right, we do have a map pick in. It is Clan Blitz, as you predicted. It's Clan Blitz on Mako Mart.
Oh, more shopping to be done. What's that's so lovely.
Power Clams at 50% off. Bye. It's a very easy map to dunk on if you have an ink brush. You've got a clean runway right to it, as well as a very good flanking route. And if you can control your opponent's stack, it is not hard to rack up those points. Especially because you can duck in and out of that scoring area pretty easily against a high ground defender.
You have 3 very easy routes to basket. One far left that goes around the opponent's plat, one that goes straight down right street, and one that's just a straight shot to the basket. Going to be a very interesting map, especially that we've seen this Mysterious team be running double brush in these past 2 games.
Yeah, double brush is definitely going to do them some numbers here. And additionally to that, Mako Mart, a very easy map to get tangled in your opponent's bats. The brush, all they have to do once they open up that basket is do a quick swing around the right side of the map, and suddenly no one respawning on Daycare can even reach the basket to defend it, allowing the rest of the team to get all the clams they need, and their clam economy is going to be good.
Yes. The ink brush really does allow them to just run around to all the little clam pockets, picking all of them up, not letting Daycare get any clams, probably. We'll have to wait and see when we get into this game. But do you think Daycare's going to change their comp up? They've changed up both times so far.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a major change. I can't see Blaster being played here because you need a lot more flexibility, and I think they're going to be hurting if they're running a Blaster. But other than that, like, they just won a point against Mystery Team, and that's something they've been trying to do all night. So I think changing that winning formula is something they're going to be very hesitant about doing.
Yeah, but they are running a roller, which is very good on this map. There's a lot of ledges and a lot of good sharking spots. So we're going to see a roller for sure.
Alright, here we go. 1 point apiece. We do have the Blaster coming back in, and a range Blaster as that. S-Blast on the enemy team. Clearly Blaster, more value than I was anticipating on Makoma.
Yeah, Blaster can really poke against those ledges, especially against the enemy's plat here. And we see the double brush is ready to go, already up 6 clams, 11 clams, 12 clams against Daycare's 3 measly clams. They are running this shop drive all of its money, it seems.
It's very rare to see a zero-shooter comp in Splatoon 3, so I'm very excited to see how this shakes out for our Mystery Team. So far, they've lost 3 players in this opening skirmish. 1 manages to get a splat and make it out alive. I do not know how, but they did manage to escape. We've got Big Bubbler right underneath that basket, so there's a good opportunity to score. And the clams get passed in. We get the first dunk. I don't think George is going to be able to make it to that basket, so that is probably going to be it for that push.
Yeah, very, very important pick against the gal there that the bucket just did. And already running in with a ball, going immediately for a dunk against Daycare, not letting Daycare have any time to breathe after that massive push that they did. So, yeah, it seems both teams are just back and forth so far.
I mean, look, it's the playstyle you need to have when you're running double brush. If you have a power clam and the basket's in reach, don't even worry if your team has clams or not. You're gonna get it in. As we see again, another dunk coming through. They will win this 10 points at a time if they have to. It is looking quite like they might be doing so.
Yeah, it's 3 down on the side of this mysterious team. Daycare is doing very well for themselves. Draco's just going to run in with the curling bomb, getting the dunk in, furthering the lead just a little bit more.
But the difference being they had clams here. The splash ball allowed them to stay up as long as they needed. They got a lot of clams into that basket. They're still continuing to score.
That's a very important lead to have against this team of ink brushes, because as I said before, ink brushes, you can just run in, score, get out, but if you can't really have that hold against basket, you can't really get a lead, even against someone else's lead.
Alright, we do have the ink brush spotting George underneath, tries to bomb them out. George manages to get a trade before disappearing. Blaster fight happens, we see it go the way of the S-Blast this time. And it looks like we're encroaching on Daycare's basket. Just trying to find those splats before we move in. Booyah Bomb's going to come in to make something happen. You do see some turf around the backside, and the smoke screen of the Tri-Strike is going to allow another dunk to go in. But 2 power clams sit alone. Addict manages to collect one, but doesn't manage to get the dunk in. Perfect stop by Draco.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate to see there. And Daycare immediately just running in for an immediately counter push, opening that basket wide open, getting it down to 25 points. And very importantly, we might see Daycare get another point off of just this mysterious team. Mysterious team is not doing as well as they hoped, it seems. And Addict throws in another ball, going
this
right
is dangerous
around right.
Now though. That's a separated wipe from Daycare. Mystery Team have the clams they need. They take the lead just like that. It was a very decisive push, and despite being 1 player up, the aggression continues! They keep the basket open because they know the brush will be back in no time with more clams. The edit can only fire 50% of the time. They can't stop everyone. They do manage to stop any more score going in, and now we see Daycare on the back foot. They need a good number of points to take this lead away.
All they need is just 1 clam in and a couple of small clams in. We see here the ball immediately goes in, but it's just the gal alive who is behind with a couple of clams. Is not going to be enough. He is down to 10. It is 10 points left on the board. They just need one more claim in to take the lead. I'm pretty sure that's unfortunate timing. Oh, no.
Yeah, unfortunately going 3 players down as that basket opened meant that the Gal was the only one with clams and they were too shy of the lead. They had 2 extra clams, it could have been a different story, but as it stands, looks like Mystery Team might be going for a GG dunk. They don't quite land it, though there's lots of players pushing towards that basket. Booyah Bomb's going to create some space. There's only 1 player left in position. They throw themselves at the basket. What is with this aggression? Surely they should be trying to keep some players alive.
Oh, you see here, Addict goes again for the same ball they had before, trying to get the basket. Just
They know!
They just know that that's all they need to do is just throw the ball in, and that's game for Daycare. But it seems that the edit is too good at shredding through those ink brushes. We see here a splashdown coming out, goes down immediately. Still not finding any
Splashdown, super jump comes in, but they can't make the dunk happen. It was so very close.
Just 3 points away from lead. That's unfortunate.
So hard fought, a lot closer than I think we were maybe expecting that to be. Some excellent scores from Daycare, but just not quite enough. The Gal just being 2 clams short, the rest of the team wiping at a very inopportune moment.
Yeah. We see here Daycare is going to go back into the counter-picking list, hopefully picking a mode that's going to benefit them as much as clams benefited the mysterious team.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to pick Clam Blitz against this team. Even though that was quite close, I think they would be silly to flirt with the idea of Clam Blitz again. It was not hard to see how that could have been very Mystery Team-sided.
Yeah. So, what do you think they're going to counterpick here?
Ooh, interesting. Well, they did win tower control. And they won it pretty well, too. Like, they had a very good hold on the tower for most of the map. So an open tower control map, like the one we just saw, is probably a very good pick. It keeps them off their strongest weapons, and it's going to cause them the worst problems.
Right. Yeah, tower control is very, very strong for Daycare throughout the entire time we've watched them play on stream. What other open tower control maps can you think of that they might choose here?
Ooh, it's tricky, right? A lot of the options I'm thinking of, Decapitator actually has a pretty good time on, and they're going to want to avoid those as much as they can, especially because they've already seen that picking a specific map mode can make them switch off their decaf player. As for the actual pick, this is tricky, right? Like, there are some tower control maps that have some open elements, but at the end of the day, I don't know if there's anything that's going to be as sure of a shot as Barnacle and Dime was.
Now, we've talked a lot about tower control. Do you think they might choose, like, Rainmaker or maybe a Splat Zones game again?
I mean, it's possible, right? Like, I could definitely see Rainmaker happening. I just, I wouldn't bet on it. I think I'd sooner bet on, like, a Robo-Roman tower control.
Well, I don't think you should bet at all because you are dead wrong. It is a Zones Mahi Mahi.
Whoa! Okay, good thing I'm not betting. Zones Mahi Mahi, I mean, we did see them play this in the losers final and they did a pretty good job at it, but it was hard fought. It was not a clean victory, and like, I can see how the weapon advantage might work in their favor here. We have a lot of flat land, we have a lot of open sight lines, so you're not going to be flanked nearly as much on a map like Mahi Mahi. But, I don't know, Splat Zones seems difficult, right? Your opponent has a lot of easy retake opportunities, especially with the weapons that they're running, especially with the burst paint that they can apply, and I think that might be difficult for them.
It's also a pretty interesting choice here, as this mysterious team has been running Ink Brush, and Mahi Mahi really does favor an Ink Brush that can really, like, knows how to run around, especially underneath that, like, little gap between the plat and the snipe, with that little, like, uninkable space there. That's really good for an Ink Brush to just, like, run across for, like, easy escapes or easy engages. So I wonder why they chose this map. It could be what you've said before, or it could be a secret third option, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't be sure what the players are thinking without being in that VC. Having a look at these weapons, no surprises from Daycare. We've seen them run this comp before. Decav is back, and again we have all this dangerous close-range weaponry on our mystery team. Are they going to be able to zone them out on a map like Mahi Mahi? Time will be the tale teller on this one.
I mean, we've already seen that the heavy edit Draco has been able to take down, I think, one. We see here the Brush is rushing down the Blaster, gets one as well. It is equal both teams so far. Decav trying to just run around, do a couple dash slashes. They do take control here with a very early lead at just 80 points and counting.
If I was in Daycare's position, I'd be very nervous running a Blaster against Brush and Decavitator team. It's going to be very hard to land those direct hits when your opponent moves right past your effective range and causes you a lot of headaches.
Yeah, but they do have a roller to help mitigate that, as the roller has such a wide hitbox that moving around isn't too much of an issue. There is a jump there, but no one sees it. Decav might get some value from that jump. No, it doesn't.
Good job from Tiger there, able to spot that one before it became a serious problem. And we've got a lot of orange paint on the ground. It's looking good for Daycare's hold at the moment. They should be able to take lead with this, especially with the Crab Tank watching the off angle.
Yeah, and we see here, I think that's the edit there. Yeah, edit there on the islands. That is Crab edit. I did not realize. Neither teams are running Cooler.
Yeah, okay, that's funky. We like a bit of build experimentation. Cooler, a bit of a staple for Splat Zones because you are getting into fights so often, especially in mid. But you know, these comps, we've been seeing them all day. We know they work. A lovely 360 spin from the Decav, and with the wipeout, that is going to be lead for the mystery team, and a significant one at that. They've still got some specials to work with as well.
Yeah, and it's just, the Gal just pops that special there. I think that is that is a, no, I cannot remember what that is called, unfortunately. Mysterious team here is counting down at 20 points. Just need to keep zone for just a little bit longer. And it is the only one alive with Crab, has to pop it to try and contest zone. Is it going to be able to contest zone? It does contest zone.
Doesn't quite get the flip, so no penalty applied, and with no players really in position, Ultra Stamp's going to shut off the only entry point. That is going to be Mystery Team securing the final point and winning off the hook showdown. Congratulations to Mystery Team.
Congratulations indeed. What a fantastic showing from all teams that signed up and decided to play today. All teams get a round of applause, but Mysterious Team will be the one taking home the trophy and the prize. What a way to come back from a hiatus like this. Off the hook showdown, right off with a bang.
Yeah, some excellent points. We love seeing some contention at the grand final. Always good to have points go to both teams. We saw a lot of Oceanic's best competing here today. And hopefully we can make a bit of a habit of that and get a lot more of these teams on board for future weeks.
Yes. I think... Yeah, pretty fun, pretty fun run we've just seen, watching all these matches. This Mysterious Team has shown up out of nowhere, just a straight up mystery, as we've been calling it, the Mysterious Team. And it seems that no one was smart enough to solve the mystery. We've got no mystery.
Know about that exactly. We know that it's Addict and their friends.
We know some of it. We've got some clues, but I don't think we can put the clues together. I can't read Japanese. Can you read Japanese?
I cannot. Well, hopefully we'll see them again in future. Maybe we'll see some players coming in to challenge them and take the title back off them. The top 3 teams will be going onto the leaderboard for Off the Hook Showdown 31. We hope you've had a lovely time here today. Big shout out to all our players. Huge shout out to all our tournament organizers, making things run smoothly behind the scenes and also on stream. I've been YesZone. I've been joined by TNT. TNT, send us off.
Yeah, it's very fun to be here, coming back with the first Off the Hook Showdown in a while. It's been a privilege to cast and to kind of watch these, as you've said, YesZone, that these are very strong teams. It's very much a privilege to watch these teams, you know, fight each other and trade blows back and back. Thank you, ShockWavee, for having me on stream and for streaming this. have a good night, everyone. Hope to see you next time.
Don't get cooked. Stay off the hook.
Don't get cooked.